Welcome back to Dirt 5. This is a series that I'm doing jointly with my son, who we're calling Wolverine for the purposes of this. So today, he begins first. Wolverine's in the car for the first race in Velocity, which is the Forest Trail at Tijuca Forest Reverse in Brazil in a Stampede race. And he has a choice of car of the Prerunners or Super Lite class, and he has picked the Aston Martin DBX of the Prerunner class. Let's see how he gets on. Right from the back of the grid as always. Not a bad start, it's very muddy out there. He's just trying to create room for himself on the outside or inside for the first corner. It's a bit caught up in the barrier. Gained a few positions from the start though. His Aston Martin seems to be really good acceleration. Struggled a little bit in the corners for grip, as evidence there, but now dropping back a little bit, getting squeezed amongst the barrier. That's not a good position to be in. Nice jump over the bridge though. This race is 3 laps. He's got time to make positions up. As you can see, sliding out at the back quite a bit on this muddy track. This is going to be a little bit of a catch-up session, I think. Going up the inside there of 2 cars. Did catch the inside boulder, but seems to have made it through. He's up to 8th now. So a decent start. Still trying to chase the cars ahead. Going for the inside move here, making it stick, giving the other car no room. The car in 6th got T-boned a little bit there, but he does make it work, although he drops a few places on the exit. Up the inside again, he does like that inside turn, try and get through cars. A very tight turn though, and he makes it through into 6th, forcing the other cars out the way. I have said to him, forcing other cars off the road isn't really the way to race, but it works for him currently. As this isn't a simulation race where you're going to get lots of damage or anything like that, we'll keep it, it's okay. So, right-hander, the other car there seems to have hit the barrier. Kind of got turned sideways, but makes it through, so finishes the first lap in 6th. That's not bad. He's had some trouble with other cars. This car on his right there is quick. It keeps coming back at him. But he's still making it work. Whether the pre-runner choice was the choice that should have been made over the Super Lite, I'm not so sure. Super Lite are quick, but it is a very muddy surface. I don't know if he would have had the grip. Whereas this pre-runner car is still lacking in the grip, but does have the power behind it to hopefully catch back up. He's lost a few positions through that section there, but going up the middle of a few cars here, up the inside, he's back up to 7th very quickly. He is risking it all now. I'd say we're about halfway through the second lap. Can he go up the inside on the right hander? He can indeed, but it's a very sharp right followed by a sharp left. He just makes it round, but drops back to 7th again. Cars are on his tail. He's going to go straight past 6th place, but kind of overdoes it on the corner. But he's got the inside next, and he's tipped the car. He's got it back on its feet. I don't know how he's managed to, but he has got it going again. He lost a few positions after sliding on its side, but he is back up and running. 9th place. A lap and a bit to go. He's got time to catch up here. Downhill now. Taking 1 position back and 2. Oh, just catches inside. I thought he was going to take all 3 positions in 1 then. Just caught the inside barrier. That's unlucky. Takes the right hander, gets a little bit hit on the way through. 8th place now though as we're in the last lap. So a few places he can still make up. The cars ahead of him aren't that far away. I think first is probably out of the question. There's been too much fighting going on with his back cars. I don't think anyone's got a chance of catching them. But he still can get as high as 6th if he can get past these 2 cars ahead of him. That would still be a decent result, I think. Although we can just see the taillights of the other cars, so there is a chance. Maybe more positions than I think. We shall see. Okay. Still trying to chase down the cars ahead. He's actually settled into the race nicely on this last lap. Going around the outside this time. Got that corner right for the first time this race. He really struggled for the first 2 laps around that corner. It's quite a tight one to take well. Gained enough position, 7th place, up the inside of the car there, making sure he forces his way through. He's not going to give up this without a fight, is he? 6th place now, dodging the trees. That car kind of helped him turn. Left-hander here. Didn't brake early enough, I don't think there. Caught the barrier on exit, so this is going to be a tough run, but he still kept 6th position. Now, he's coming down towards the end of the race now. Not many corners to go. Car is in 5th and 4th, but just ahead, but I don't think that he's going to get to him. And he's got a car on the line. Can he? He does, just. Very, very just. On the line, retained 6th place. He nearly lost that to 7th. But he did it. I think a very good race in a race that seemed pretty tricky. It's a tough course in reverse, so I think he did a really good job, and he's pretty happy with 6th place. Confirmation of his position, stamps and XP going up, and any rewards he may have gained. As you may have seen from the title of this video, the next race we're also going to use an Aston Martin. I don't know what it is, I just like the look of them. So, in this next race, we are going for Drama in the Harbour, Henningsaer, Norway, for an ultra-cross race. Soldierboy has a choice of X-Cross Raid or Rally GT cars. He picks the Aston Martin V8 Vantage GT4 and the Rally GT class. This is going to be thick snow. I think I've made a mistake. So, off the line, you can see straight away the car cannot get any grip down. The wheels are spinning, but nothing is really happening. There's some cars that are shot off in the distance quite happily. The snow is an issue for this Aston Martin. It just doesn't have the grip. I may have made a mistake. The X-Cross Raid class may have been better. I don't know. We'll see how the race unfolds. We are up to 8 currently, but it is very heavy snow. I think this is probably the worst snow we've raced on so far, and grip is really an issue. Taking that corner pretty quickly though. I think that's an X-Cross Raid car just overtaking us on the jump there, because the car ahead of us has just basically stopped. So it's still struggling as well, up to 6. That's not too bad. Struggling around the corners though, just can't get the car to turn enough, and can't get the power down out the corner. It just doesn't want to move. It's really weird. And it's probably the worst we've had to deal with this. Currently the snow is staying as it is, that's a bonus, as long as we don't get any more, because I think that's only just going to get harder and harder to drive on. Currently in 6th though, we're trying to catch up the 5th. Again, it's 3 laps, so we've got time to catch up here. 5th is now within our sight. Haven't got much of a gap to the cars behind though either, that's the problem. Getting up to upwards of 90 miles an hour there. Left-hander, and we're up to 5th. Can we hold this round the next corner? Not quite, I think he's going to have the inside he has, so he's gone back past. Straight through on the next bit, and we're going to finish the first lap in 5th, but do touch the barrier on exit. We're going to lose a bit of speed there, but it does look like we've actually got 5th place to make it ours. Turning a little early, and the exit wasn't brilliant as we just touched the barrier on the outside there. Back end going out behind us. We are into 5th, there's a big gap to 4th. As the sky seems to be getting a bit darker, it's getting a bit misty now. We've got to try and close this gap up. It's about 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds. That's a big gap to try and close, especially when we're fighting cars behind us as well. Left-hander, taking it nicely. We can just make out the cars there. First time we've really seen them in a while, so I think we're catching. It was 4.5 seconds last time we checked behind them, so it's interesting to see if we get another split. Right-hander now, touching the wall on the inside there. That's not a very good corner to it. They're far too tight. There's a car on our outside. On the inside now, taking the corner, did get hit on the corner though, and the X-Cross Raid class goes past us. I'm not sure what car is in, so I caught him by the class instead. Still in 5th though, back down to 6th. This car is fighting all the way. Does seem to be handling the snow better than we are. But now, darkness has fallen, the snow is still coming down. This may become an issue. The snow is getting worse and it's getting harder to see where the corners are. But this is going to get difficult. Still in 5th though. You just see the end of the 2nd lap coming up. One more lap to go. Can we make this work? Come on, 5th place. Be happy with it. 5th is enough. Right-hander here. A little bit too early on the turn-in. Caught the barrier on the inside. And then on the exit caught the outside back end of the car as well. The other car is still trying to get past us. Right-hander now. Just brake too early. Because of the snow coming down and the darkness, I just couldn't tell where the corner was. So I kind of braked a lot earlier than I needed to. Which, yeah, lost us a place there. We're back down to 6th. We need to catch this car back up. I don't want 6th, I want 5th. We had 5th. I just braked too early. I just didn't know where the corner was. It's so difficult to see. And it is just horrendous conditions for a race. But we're trying to make this work. Definitely picked the wrong car. I should have paid attention to what the weather condition was before I picked. Well, I don't think it tells you. I think it's only when you're in. The grip is an issue for this car. I think on any other day, this car would be 10 times better than it is currently. Okay, still trying to make this work. Still in 6th. 5th is still... I think they're getting ahead of us a bit. I think there's a gap now forming. We're still struggling to see their light, so that tells me they're getting away. Isn't what we wanted. Took the corner, not a bad exit. Braked a little early probably, more than anything else. Took that far too tight. But we did get a little hit from behind that should help us there. Kept us moving. And we're approaching the end of the lap. We're in 6th. Can we keep it? We can indeed. Soldierboy crossed the line, 6th place. So that's a 6th place for Wolverine today. And a 6th place for Soldierboy. Both of them are happy. It was a tough race. In fact, both races were tough. Conditions were against both of them. And they come away with 2 6th place finishes in today's episode. Confirmation of the results and XP and rewards. There we go. Now, there is some radio chatter to listen to as well before we say goodbye for the episode, so have a listen to the radio.
Welcome back to the Dirt Podcast by Donut Media. As always, I have my co-host Nolan, and joining us today, very exciting, arguably the most talked about competitor in the sport right now. Some people say he is unstoppable. Please give a big donut welcome to Bruno Duran. Now, Bruno, let's get to the point. You said AJ does not interest you as a matchup, but the whole world wants to see it, so what's the deal, man?
Well, I have a lot of respect for AJ, things he's been able to accomplish, but I think he's had his best races. He's not really relevant to things I'm trying to achieve, and I don't need to go through him or anybody else to get to the top.
Well, I appreciate that, but that's actually technically not true. I mean, he's still ranked higher than you. He has more races under his belt in the series, so I guess you're just waiting for him to retire?
Well, first of all, rankings are a system set up by people who probably have never gotten behind the wheel of a car.
Okay, I feel personally attacked by that statement.
Well, it's true. There's a lot of things that go into winning a race. Quite frankly, AJ and everybody else is in my rearview mirror. Okay, I'm just concerned with where I'm going.
Okay, but Bruno, you're dominating right now. But some people say, including us on this show, if there's one person who can actually compete with you for 5 laps, it is AJ. Now, you like to win comfortably. Are you just picking easy races?
Look, you used the word dominating, right?
I did.
Yeah.
But
That's where that question should end.
Are you picking people that you know you can beat because you are scared of AJ?
I'm not picking anybody. I'm not picking the people who choose to race against me. Now, if they're going to lose by large margins, which they typically do, that's on them. That's on their failure as a driver. And that's what you get when you race me.
Okay, well, you are on top, but a lot of people are saying that the only way to truly prove yourself is to win in an actual main event against AJ. Otherwise, you're just skirting around it. I mean, are you just waiting for the best to go away?
I'm not skirting around anything. Okay, I'm the king on 2 wheels. I'll be the king on 4. Now, if beating him at some point is what's going to prove that, fine, bring it on. I'm waiting for that challenge. Let's go.
All right, I appreciate the confidence, but okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. Yeah. Now it's starting to get juicy. Starting to get hot. The pot is boiling, all right? Bruno, we need a definitive answer, all right? Will you get out there and physically do it?
What are we doing here? What is this conversation about? I mean, okay, you want a commitment? Yeah, bring it on.
That is exactly what we were looking for.
That sounds like a commitment.
You heard it here first on the Donut Podcast. It's over to AJ. Bud, it is in your court. We have full confidence in you. Will you accept Bruno's challenge?
And that's it for today. If you enjoyed this content or any other content channel, don't forget to subscribe. A like does really help as well. We'll see you in the next episode.